Do you know about the James Warren DV charges?
People joke about this, but as far as I know, it's not true. One day we did a Google search in the office to check, but nothing. The originator of the rumors was Jimmy's ex-girlfriend, Maddie Spidell. Between you and me, she's a wine drunk and always wanted to gossip on set. She told me a lot, but everyone has to be nice to her because she was dating Jimmy. If you can't tell by now, MrBeast is filled with gossip, rumors, and toxic crap. New rumors every day.
Damn, I heard Redacted found the charges and other corroborated, but okay. What do you know about LaKoya Hill?
Redacted is a saint. I was very close with her. She was there when we Googled, but that domestic case was another James Warren. Jokes were made, but it wasn't him.
Yeah, those jokes seem to convince a lot of people. I've also heard from people who have witnessed James' domestic abuse firsthand.
You're suing a man and you end it with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Where have we left off with the DogPack saga of things? Well, DogPack is being berated on all sides because there's a couple of things that have come out against him that we will be going over in the Cope and see. These people should not be allowed to continue to operate. Got me? So Diorio's taken a notice to a few things, and a bunch of other people have taken a notice to a few things. Okay? That DogPack's delivery and the cover-up by people like Pegasus, and I'm gonna say it, the Actman glazing DogPack, among other channels that didn't look into anything. And I'm cool with Actman, but bro, I'm gonna be brutally honest, dude. This glazing is not a good look. Now DogPack's starting to get some criticism because this is the right thing to do. You shouldn't just take the word of some motherfucker that says, and yeah, Oopaville too, just says, yeah, I worked for MrBeast for 3 whole months with no proof, evidence, or anything. Nobody should have trusted this guy from the beginning. This is a dude, in my opinion, okay, my opinion, because I'm allowed to have those, is a disgruntled ex-employee that got fired because he didn't know how to actually handle the job. Was a alleged MrBeast superfan demanding to be an employee of the company to teach and help MrBeast market to children, much like he's trying to criticize MrBeast for, okay? And he didn't even work there for 3 months, or a month, or 2 months, 3 weeks, officially on the books. Got me? I was right. Diorio has had some scathing criticisms and others. He allegedly beats his girlfriend as a psychopath. I say allegedly because there's a lot of James Warrens in North Carolina, so I'm looking into it. Fuck this guy in his part 3. Based.
Who is a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriend.
Okay. Remember that part, okay? I've heard these things. These random people that we have no evidence for other than random testimonial told me that he beats his girlfriend. Oh, interesting.
There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren.
You're f***ing retarded. I'm gonna repeat myself again on this. If you don't know, it should have been put in the video in the first place, but you want to know how this ended up being put in the video? Because of this whore right here. Because whatever the hell this thing is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what am I looking at? Is she 50? Is she 20? Is she a mental patient? The answer to the mental patient thing is yes, obviously. Because she's easily gaslit by stupid bullshit, okay? Just understand what we're getting into here. I am so excited. This woman looks like she does cocaine on the side like Nick Rekieta. That's a joke because I know you're going to turn around and go, defamation! Because you're an ex-paralegal. But listen, lady, you should not have given that to DogPack, nor ran with that in the first place. If you aren't certain, what you just did is gave James Warren and MrBeast an out right here. Right in this one little moment because you and DogPack were desperate to have something out there. Instead of just waiting and confirming. Instead, you two malicious dipshits, I'm just saying it at this point, did this. You guys jumped the gun, and I love it. I love that you idiots who at no point should be around this story at this point have fucked this up this bad. Not because I want Mr. Beast to get off of all the allegations against him. There are things he has to fucking address, which apparently he's going to address this week from what Drama Alert said, but I haven't heard that directly from King, so like, take that with a grain of salt. But there are things you two have done, and other people that dick ride you. Dick ride you. Okay? That need to get bitch slapped across the face for how retarded you people are. Got it?
Who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases, specifically that surprise witness on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Oh, look who it is! Yeah! The crazy woman that has so much lore to her that DogPack doesn't know. Or maybe he does know. I have no idea. But it's interesting that a woman that did an interview with a QAnon leader / journalist involving the Free Britney movement that was reprimanded for continuously harassing people, for trying to say conspiratorially that CNN and major news organizations are trying to silence people in the Free Britney movement. This crazy woman is the one DogPack's getting info on. From, hey, DogPack, since you're a noob and people keep continuously saying, oh, well, he's new at this, so you gotta be a little more patient. I'm gonna teach you something. If someone comes to you with something, look into their background to see if they're a crazy piece of shit or not. Just a little bit, okay, buddy? Because what you've done is essentially platformed a complete schizophrenic that is hated by multiple communities. Have fun with that.
It's been super helpful in, like, behind the scenes, just submitting freedom of information requests and just helping me out a lot in general.
Why didn't you find that out before you made the video? Bro, fuck this guy. Bro, fuck her. Fuck everybody. I'm done. Alright? I'm waiting for Jimmy to drop his video. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I love at this point, okay? I love at this point. I was being called crazy the last live stream. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. Chris, you're an asshole. You're not paying attention. Blah, 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 blah. Chris, you're making conspiracy theories. Fuck you. In particular. You Mr. Beast derangement syndrome. Fuck. I was right. These people suck at what they do. Got it? I can find a random Kiwi farmer that could dig up shit way better than all of you. And one of you is trained in being a lawyer, apparently. So, this is fun. This is gonna be fun. Okay? Let's keep going. Dude, I'm sorry, but like, if you suck this much at finding out if the dude you're researching has domestic violence charges filed against him, hand it off, lol, you're cooked. Yes, Nicholas. Yes, Diorio. Yes! At best, this is an amateur mistake that will ultimately contain correct info, and at worst, you blew the entire video in one sentence. This isn't the testimony farming stage. You're on part 3. So true. So true. So very true. Now, we're gonna go over this video, okay? But I'm gonna go over all of it. I'm just gonna show you a clip. This is a person that is apparently passing info to DogPack, that is investigating the James Warren stuff, okay? Just doing all that, right? Keep that part in mind. He said thank you to this woman for assisting him in research gathering. Just pay attention very closely to what you're about to hear.
They're alleging things. One of the things that these people are alleging, or one of these people has alleged to Dawson, is James Warren, this guy we just talked about, the secret CEO, had committed some type of domestic incident, some type of harm onto a girl that he was dating. I did look into this, and I went into it thinking he had done that, okay? I went into it thinking he did it, and I'm just gonna have to find.
So you're a dumb bitch, you know that? When you're investigating something, especially with allegations on a public stage, you should at least go into it with a neutral mindset. You are looking for confirmation. You are looking and trying to discern what you wanted to believe is true. You know, somebody who is trained in and went to school for being a lawyer, you should look at things objectively, no? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all lawyers are shyster pieces of shit. They are, but you know, I try to see the good in humanity. But the problem is that this woman doesn't have any good in her. This is her saying that she wanted confirmation bias. She went into it going with confirmation bias. And this is the woman that DogPack is going to get information from? Oh, no wonder the Free Britney movement people think you're a piece of shit now. No wonder the people in the Bam Margera Kiwi Farms thread think you're an asshole. Shocking. Shocking.
The paperwork for it. I searched and searched and searched, and there was one case number I looked into. Again, I could probably make a whole video on this, but suffice it to say that I do not think that the case number that is associated with this picture right here, and I told Dawson this, and that's why he said this in the video, I do not think that this particular case is the same James Warren. For many reasons, like I said, I did a few hours of research just into this case alone. I was in the property records. I was on Facebook looking people up. I was doing all kind of looking at the marriage records in the newspaper. I just don't think this is the same James Warren.
Intriguing! You send this information to DogPack, he runs with it, and now you're backtracking. You sent this. Now that DogPack's getting shit for it. Now that DogPack's getting shit for it, it's a backtrack. Well, I did tell him that it might not be James Warren. Then why did you send it in the first place? Huh? If you weren't certain of those things, why are you sending it in the first place? Both of you are bumbling dipshits. Both of you. Crazy guys. This is one of the main research gatherers for DogPack.
It doesn't even appear that this James Warren is even related to this James Warren that we're talking about. And it's a common name. James, a very common name. We got 5011 Jameses and Jakes just at the MrBeast company. So I don't think that that is him. So I am not prepared to make the allegation that he committed some type of domestic incident that has been put on the record because I've not been able to find that. As Dawson said, I do have a couple of requests out for different stuff and we will see. To me, that's not the most important thing. There's other stuff to look into, and that has to do with this big court case where someone went to prison for fraud for 10 years. So let's just hold our horses till we get to that.
Yeah, that person was the you dumb, vapid, blonde bitch. That one was James Warren's business partner. James Warren, the only notable aspect of that court document was them talking about James trying to mediate this so that they don't go to court. And that guy got fucked. James didn't, that we can tell so far. So it's intriguing that you're trying to ram in on a dude that has nothing to do with the MrBeast company and still trying to play guilt by association with James Warren. It's also interesting that you went into collecting information with a confirmation bias. Interesting. No wonder people hate you. Let's keep going. When did I say she was my source? Where is it?
Some type.
Wait, hold on. Oh, let's just. Where is it? Oh.
Assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases, specifically that surprise witness.
Interesting. Now I understand he used snake language and said, oh, well, she's just information gathering. But according to her, she's the one that sent that information over. So in a sense, she is being referenced as a potential source of information. It sounds like nobody could get their story right between Tweedle dipshit with the cat ears and Tweedle retard that got fired because he couldn't figure out who his supervisor was. Very interesting. Why would my source be someone who's never worked at Beast? The specifics case she's referring to I got from another journalist and did not include it in my video. I think she's mistakenly believing I got it from someone at Beast. I've heard DV claim against James from several former employees. Some claim to have witnessed it firsthand. As with anything, it's possible my sources are wrong, but people swear it's true, so I point at the claim with a clear disclaimer that it is not to be proven. You did it in the worst way possible. You absolute clown dipshit.
Watch Tips to join the war.
What? That'd be great if Tipster. Okay, I would hope that Tipster would join their side. So let's keep going here. Well, if you watched your own video, you said you started looking into these allegations, the case against James Warren, and then immediately said publicly that specifically surprise witness, implying she done the bulk of your research on the specifics issue with freedom of information requests and such. Her own video tells much the same story. I'm not talking about allegations. He hits women or offers employees coke or acts like a psychopath. I imagine people are telling you tons of shit. I'm simply asking why the person you shouted out spent days researching the same case you shown and concluded she didn't think that was the same James Warren prior to you running the video. Why would you include the state of North Carolina versus James Warren unless you were absolutely sure that this was your guy? Let's see what DogPack's response it is. Dude, Tweedle dumb fuck was right there. Dude, there's so much dumb fucks. President's Sunday. So much. There's so much to go over. My good president. Let us see here. Because I've never mentioned the case, I sent her my vid. There are hundreds of state of North Carolina versus James Warren cases. Then why did you include it in the video? Why did the retard known as surprise witness say something then? Why did they pass that info along to you if they weren't potentially certain? And why would you put that in the video if you didn't have a hint of it being certain? It's because you're dog shit at what you do. These videos are getting worse by the day. And I still stand by the fact this guy is a disgruntled employee with an axe to grind, not somebody who's out there for the truth. I still stand by that goddamn statement. And we still have Becca the Crab's thread to go through. Then, let's see here. Here are 6 criminal court cases under the correct James Warren. Censored address and SSN. Could be traffic tickets, could be murder. I'm still waiting on the FOIA requests. That will take weeks, not days. I agree the phrasing and plug was bad, but you're exaggerating to making a mountain out of a molehill. Excuse me. You're the one that said that I'm hearing through Mr. Beast employees that James Warren beats his girlfriend, and I have no proof of that. How are we exaggerating? If you can't confirm it, you don't even put it in a video as a potential allegation. If you're smart, you would have stopped at the second video. Even then, I think the second video was a waste of everyone's fucking time, DogPack. Who gives a shit about Jake Weedle? Or Weddle, or whatever the hell his last name is. Dude got locked in a room for 10 days, signed up for it of his own free will, and got paid $100,000 for it. I feel no sympathy to James. Zero. I refuse. Got me? This video was dog shit. You gave Mr. Beast a potential out. Get me? It's ridiculous. This is a clown show. You've made this a clown show. Everything should be about the Ava Chris Tyson stuff. It should be about the hiring of Delaware. It should be about actual situations involving the company, involving what you say is persistent sexual harassment and sexual assault claims within the company, and anything involving mishandle of situations involving whatever, videos or anything in the context of hurting people. That's what this should be about. This shouldn't be about Mr. Beast getting a speeding ticket or James allegations randomly that came up from somebody you're not even certain if it's true about James Warren. You made this a circus. You and this dumb bitch, surprise witness, did these things. Got me? Let's see here. Multiple former employees told me there were DV charges filed by James's GF. They were my sources, not TSW. They could be wrong. Maybe it was a police call. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe they also found a case I sent to TSW and mistakenly believed it was the same James Warren. Why are you running with this information then if you're not certain? That's the issue. You're obfuscating the conversation. Now it's like, well, we don't really know what it is. There's a bunch of different James Warrens, like speeding tickets, murder. We have no idea. I was just told by a random motherfucker at the company that James Warren did commit domestic violence. With no proof of any form of conviction, court hearing, nothing. You still input it into the video because you were desperate that the story was gonna die. The story will never die. Until Mr. Beast makes a response. And even then, he's still going to be responding forever if he doesn't do it right. Got me? Nothing, Spectre. Nothing. This is just how terrible DogPack is as research gathering, which calls into question, in my opinion, the authenticity and the information that he has been putting out. I am at this point where 90% of the bullshit about Mr. Beast is over-exaggerated. 90% of it is over-exaggerated and not that big of a deal. More internal things that may need to change. The 10% is Delaware, Chris Tyson, the potential rape allegations. I don't care the Mr. Beast fake videos. You have to be a drooling fucking retard to care if Mr. Beast faked his YouTube videos. Oh my god, it's YouTube. It's for entertainment. Is it cringe? Yeah, but who cares? It's not like he's doing what FouseyTube did, where Fousey was doing social experiments. Right? Social experiments called the rape experiment. Or how does it feel? Like the racism experiment. Like that is crazy fake shit. Mr. Beast being like, oh, we use CGI on a train. It's not a real train. Who cares? Who cares? Let's see here. Charges also don't mean convictions. I was saying, here's where I'm at currently. This person will have the updates. Then why would you put it in? Whatever those updates are, I'm fine with. I've interacted with James firsthand, and I've heard enough testimony to form my own opinion about him. Bro, you, I swear to God, are a disgruntled employee. I swear to God.
Remember, Mr. Beast is the devil 'cause money bad.
Yes, that is the issue. There's a lot of people, and this is kind of like the issue that I have with Rosanna and a bunch of these like these channels that have started to crop up, like being like, I've been right about Mr. Beast the whole time. You guys were accusing him of being the Antichrist. Like, shut up. Like, shut the fuck up. The Antichrist? Really? Those actual Mr. Beast derangement channels trying to crop out of the woodwork and go, I was right about Mr. Beast. People like Rosanna and others are being vindicated. So now, there are people that are idiots that don't think for themselves and just go, oh, Rosanna was right? That Mr. Beast might be bad guy? Okay, Mr. Beast evil now. There can be things wrong with the company. There can. Genuinely, there can be. But the presentation and how everything's handled right now has destroyed most of this shit. And people should think more critically about this situation. That's my issue. Instead, idiots have been glazing DogPack like he is the second coming of Jesus. I don't get this. His first video wasn't even that good. And his second video was a waste of time. Other than the Delaware stuff. Let's see here. I could always delay for more info. Submit more FOIA requests. Interview ex-girlfriends. Whatever. In one point, you don't even know if you can get a hold of the ex-girlfriend. Tracking down the ex-girlfriend is a lot harder than it is. DogPack, just letting you know. I'd rather just open it up to the public while being transparent that nothing is proof so I can work on other things. This is retarded. That is a retarded cope. Why did you make the video then? Why make the video? You're supposed to be the guy, right? You're supposed to be the guy that all these I almost said DSP, detractor channels. I almost invoked DSP. This is, in my opinion, this is like when DSP was being accused of having an escort, but it was actually just Cat. And Bedecker and Kiwi Farms went out of their way to like prove that Phil was not having an escort, and it was proven right that it's just his now girlfriend at the time, now fiance. That's the point of this story where we're at. The derangement syndrome's got so out of control. That's where we're at. Is that we have to prove what is real and what is fake, because these people can't get their shit together. I'm confident my video will age well, and LaQuoya and James will be let go of Mr. Beast. See that snake language right there? Sure, they might be let go from Mr. Beast, but you may have falsely slandered this guy right here for domestic violence charges. The LaQuoya Hill stuff, you have 7 different testimonials. All of them are different in varying degrees of what they told you. First, it was he was in his underwear and trying to sleep with an 18-year-old coworker. Okay, that's bad. Then it goes to bought GHP and raped somebody. It's like there are 7 different stories. How do they all not like? I don't get that. Now, LaQuoya could probably be the worst person on planet Earth. I have no idea because DogPack's not releasing that info. Let's see here. I never mentioned the case I sent her in my vid. There are hundreds of state of North Carolina versus James Warren cases. Here are the 6 criminal court cases under correct James Warren, censored address and SSN. Could be traffic tickets, could be murder. I'm still waiting the FOIA request that will take weeks, not days. This is the exact opposite of what she says in her response video. If that's the case, this is a misunderstanding. You should probably sort this out with her. Her video says you told her that the case you showed was likely not him. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that. This is fun for me, right here. This right here. This is fun. This is fun for me right here. Okay, when potential dick riders get in the conversation.
Well, that's holding a bit more water. But since there are multiple cases and we don't actually know if they are legitimately the James Warren that is, part of the Mr. Beast company, I don't think that it's fair to, make those claims just yet. It probably shouldn't have been included in the video just to...
Not probably. It shouldn't have been included in the video. See, there's that afraid to go against the narrative. You see that? That's fear right there. All these guys that are glazing glazing DogPack are terrified to say the words, "This is bad." They are terrified. They will use preface language and go, well, it probably shouldn't be in there, instead of just saying, no, it shouldn't have been in there in the first place if you can't confirm that information. You are currently going to be undergoing a defamation case and a break of an NDA case. You should not be giving them ammunition. See how easy that was? But these people are terrified. They're terrified that the Mr. Beast detractor audience is going to turn against them.
Avoid, allowing detractors to use that to say that you are...
There's the word detractors! Oh! There it is! We're entering lol countdown. The minute the word detractor comes out of anyone's mouth, I get excited. That means we're on to something.
Setting this up to put him in a negative light. Obviously, there's other information that's going to be brought forth that is already going to do a decent job at painting him as such, like what Surprise Witness TV ends up helping with in the future, which is actually getting court transcripts in regard to...
I'm really excited to show you all how much of a complete deranged schizophrenic bitch this woman is. I'm so excited. Oh, and all of these people are staking. They're staking everything on this woman. They're staking people. They're staking their reputations on this. That she is confident and credible enough to get the right info. Oh, you're all going to look like idiots.
His partner in business, running a Ponzi scheme with him. So, but we...
Okay, with him? Or was it that the partner got caught doing a Ponzi scheme? Was it that? Didn't the court case say that it was against the partner and not James? And that James at one point said, yeah, of course, I trust this guy. He'll take care of you. Potentially not knowing he was committing a Ponzi scheme behind the scenes. It happens. Good people, or people in general, get wrapped up with people that they trust and they end up doing something that completely blindsides them. You guys doing this guilt by association shit when there's court documents showing that the main focus was the actual guy committing the Ponzi scheme and then trying to do anything in your power to connect James Warren to that other than they were business partners. Why wasn't James listed as a person that could be convicted as well? Probable deniability? Or maybe he definitely didn't know at the time what was going on. It's just great. I searched the name DogPack posted on Twitter. Hold on, wait. Okay, you censored it. Let's see this. Now, again, I do not know any of this stuff. We do not know if this is James Warren. We don't know anything. So the only two that Shinji was able to pull in North Carolina, James Warren, status deposed, location blank, party name James Warren, defendant. And what did you say that these were, Shinji? I searched the name DogPack posted on Twitter about James Warren. Only 2 traffic cases come up. So these are traffic infractions. These aren't anything involving potential domestic violence cases or calls for domestic violence cases. These are traffic cases. That's great. These people are smart.
We will get to that. All right, so while I was recording this, Nick Diorio started posting, and I wanted to talk about this like chain here because it's relevant to what I had brought up.
It's just great. All these people are banking on this woman. They're all banking on this complete schizophrenic. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't you worry. So while this was going on, I'll just say it. I was talking to Beckett. I was having a rant. I was going gorilla mode in a call with Beckett. I was like, I swear to God, there's something wrong with this guy. There's something wrong with DogPack. I swear to you, this dude isn't what he's making himself out to be. Okay? This dude is making shit up at some level, in some degree. Then they started digging. Then they started digging. Now, I'm not saying I was the one that pushed Beckett to do this. I'm just saying that I had a schizo fucking rant, and I am being proven right. My gut knows the way, chat. It knows the way, okay? Let's see here. Also, a reminder, make sure to like the stream. If you're enjoying the content today, make sure to donate, become a member if you want. Anything involving multi-topic streams usually become members only, and then we put those clips up later. So if you want to watch the stream in full after it's privated, make sure you become a member. No, it comes out. Chris got me involved. He's a real puppet master. Bro, I'm pulling the strings always. It's not Keemstar! Surprise witness. Funny enough, Keem didn't even know any of this shit. I made sure to not tell Keemstar this stuff. I went out of my way to not tell him because I know he would have put it on blast. Because we needed to be sure. We needed to confirm things. We can't have somebody going off the cuff and off the handle, screaming and yelling. Got me? Let's go over Beckett's thread. This is what I found intriguing. Okay. This is a this is a Daily Mail article released on October 27th, 2024. Okay. Keep in mind, August 27th, 2024 is when this article was released. Now, mind you, nobody's seen the full cease and desist letter that DogPack put out. Nobody at any point saw the full amount of information. DogPack just showed the first part of it saying, oh, you got sent a cease and desist to gain sympathy. Now, is it shitty that Mr. Beast is sending that out? Yeah, you kind of look like a dick. But the thing is, if there's legitimate defamational things going on, you're fucked, kid. Let's read this over, shall we? Mr. Beast has unleashed Alec Baldwin's 2,000 per hour super lawyer a former employee who branded the YouTuber a fraud and sociopath in online videos, Daily Mail. An ex-staffer used an alias to accuse Mr. Beast, 26, whose real name is Jimmy, of rigging his massive cash giveaways, knowingly hiring a sex offender. See, that one's important. I don't care that they did marketing gambling. I don't give a shit. I literally could give less of a shit about that. I look at it like, hey, remember back in like the 2000s when there was toys and goddamn children's cereal? That's how I look at it. Remember like the golden ticket and chocolate bars back in the Willy Wonka movie? That's how I look at it because I don't care. I don't care. They're not gambling actual money. They aren't betting on black at the casino where they can win millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's a 1 out of millions of chance. Who cares? Thank you for the 5. Basically, because says always listen to schizos. Yes. Sometimes you should listen to schizos. Sometimes you should listen to the schizos. Sometimes they're right. Let's see here. YouTube's biggest star has not commented on the claims, but a cease and desist letter penned by celebrity attorney Alex Spira outs the critic as not going to say that name. Let's see here. Cease and desist, final warning. Let's take a look at this. Let's just read this over very carefully. Okay. Let's read this over very carefully. This firm, Quinton, Emmanuel, Eckhart, and Sullivan, LLP, Quinn Emanuel, has recently been retained by Mr. Beast YouTube LLC, Mr. Beast, or the company, and its founder, Jimmy Donaldson, regarding the unsettling news that you have embarked on a campaign to disparage Mr. Beast as a company and defame Jimmy Donaldson as an individual. Not only are your statements about Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson untrue, they also violate the clear binding enforceable terms of your confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with Mr. Beast dated March 25th, 2024, the NDA agreement, which you have shown in videos posted to the internet. Absent your immediate compliance with these demands specified herein, Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson are prepared to take the necessary legal steps to protect their reputation and business. Even then, we have reason to believe that your conduct has already adversely impacted Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson, and we reserve the rights to pursue all money damages to rectify any and all harm you may have caused. Violations of social media restriction. When you join Mr. Beast as a trial period employee, that's important to pay attention to. In March of 2024, also important to pay attention to. You voluntarily entered into a binding NDA agreement with Mr. Beast. That NDA agreement includes a social media restriction clause which survives your departure from the company. It provides social media restrictions. Employees should not post anything on social media about the company, Jimmy Donaldson, or the employees' employment with the company. Let's keep reading, shall we? You have willfully violated the clause by posting about Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson, and your employment with Mr. Beast on social media. Specifically, you have made numerous posts to Reddit under the username under Mr. Beast Creative, to the Twitter and YouTube under the username DogPack404. In one video, you even held up your NDA agreement with Mr. Beast while willfully violating its terms by discussing Mr. Beast and publicly posting the video on YouTube. Let's keep going. In your videos and posts, you have levied false and defamatory allegations against Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson. You have no understanding of the inner workings of Mr. Beast, given you only spent 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Not months like he initially stated. He stated he worked there multiple months. In his first ever reveal Twitter video, capitalizing off the Ava Chris Tyson situation. 3 weeks. This motherfucker worked there. Now, my first question to all of you. Now use your big boy brains. Is 3 weeks enough time for you to understand the inner workings of a company in its entirety? To get to know the individuals at said company? To understand the practices of said company? 2's in the chat. 2's in the chat. If that is not enough time. That takes months. Maybe even years, depending on how slow you are. 3 weeks is not a lot of time. 3 weeks is not a lot of time. Crazy that this guy is saying, I know all the internal workings of the Mr. Beast company. I know all the things Jimmy does. 2 weeks this asshole worked there. 3 weeks, excuse me. 3 weeks this asshole worked there. And he's the guy that knows how the internal workings of all the videos, how Mr. Beast operates, his mindset, what he looks at with an employee, all these things. No. He's working for a multi-million-dollar company with multiple employees. There is no goddamn motherfucking way in hell he understands the deep intricacies of the company, the individuals, what happened, what was going on. Nothing. So this is interesting to me, that he would publicly state that he was there for months, but he was only there for 3 weeks. Interesting. Let's see here. You did not make it to the end of your 90-day trial period. Intriguing. Oh, wait, I missed something. Let me just read this back for you guys. Given that you only spent 3 weeks at the company on a trial basis before you were fired for conduct, even you have characterized as inappropriate. So, DogPack, if I remember correctly from the Real X8 video, or aka Connor, DogPack reached out to Connor. Connor reached out to DogPack to ask him these specific questions, okay? He asked, were you aware of the exit interview being recorded that you realized your own fuck-ups as to why you were fired? He said it in a lot more professional manner. And he responded with, I had no idea my exit interview was being recorded or written down. How don't you know that? How don't you know that? Most companies keep records of that. Now, is Mr. Beast a major Fortune 500 company? No, it's not. But you should always assume when you're doing an exit interview, and this is something to teach all of you people that have never worked a real job in your lives, that the exit interview will be recorded. Either written down, recorded, or it'll be kept in a folder somewhere. Which it would be really funny to watch Mr. Beast post that. That would be great. That would just be hilarious to me. I don't even care. It would just be funny. I'm more of an agent of chaos in this situation, guys. If you're trying to take this super serial, I'm just here making fun of these retards. So the fact that you were unaware of that is intriguing to me. Now, he also states that the other part is bullshit, apparently, but that's more or less him versus the Mr. Beast company of what is real. So we should definitely, hopefully, see the recording of that exit interview as soon as we can, Mr. Beast. That would be wonderful. Because nobody's a good person on either side of this situation. Mr. Beast has major fuck-ups within the internal company, and DogPack is a complete clout-sharking retard. Same thing as this person. So just buckle up, kids. Where are we at? You did not make it to the end of your 90-day trial period without repeatedly ignoring your supervisor, then attempting to secretly spend company resources on something you described as a toy. Now, his response to this was, I reached out to the IT department in a manner that wasn't appropriate, and they got mad at me for that. Yes, you're supposed to file it with the right division. You're not supposed to file for stuff through IT, especially when your company doesn't have it yet, and they're just thinking about doing it. You tried to jump ahead of this. Okay? You tried to jump ahead of it. You tried to be like, oh, I'm going to be the important guy that's already ahead of the curve on this bullshit. Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, okay, bro. There's another part in the Real X8 video where DogPack responds to another aspect of this going, oh, I just saw the company going for an iceberg, and I tried to stop it. Who are you? You are nobody. You are a cog in the machine. How are you going to fix a multi-million-dollar company? Huh? How are you going to do that? How? How are you going to do that being a peon that begged for his job on Reddit like a super fan? How are you going to do anything? God damn it. Let's see here. During your brief period of Mr. Beast, you sought to attribute your inappropriate conduct to programming for being raised with access to an iPad and bad mental health. That is amazing. I love that line. The iPad kid problem. Yeah, I didn't listen to my supervisors, and I went over people's heads, and I thought I could save the company because I have bad mental health issues, and I was raised on an iPad. Does anyone else think that's crazy? Again, this is Mr. Beast and his company's words against DogPack, but it's like really funny. It's just funny. The excuse that they're saying that he said in his exit interview was being raised with an iPad and bad mental health. That is so funny to me. I love that. I love that so much. It's the greatest thing I've heard all day. Let's keep going. But there's no excuse for acknowledging the terms of your agreement while simultaneously going out of your way to violate them. On your last day in Mr. Beast, in April, the day you were fired, you pleaded for your job back, even though he said he had continuous issues with the company before even working there. He had things to say about the company. He wanted things to change at the company. He was going to do that. But instead, he pleaded his job back, even though he was complaining about it months prior before even having the job. Why would you want to work for something that was bad? You know, just interesting. I'm not calling him an op or anything. Just interesting. Not to mention he lied about having good mental health to avoid people questioning his motives and accused Mr. Beast of using bad mental health as a form of unfounded character assassination. That is intriguing. That is intriguing, Gamma. Also, Gamma, I've seen your videos on this. You are based and red-pilled. You are now a mod in this chat, just so I can tell that you are the real Gamma. Got me? Also, if President Sunday's still here, I'll mod him too, just so I know it's actually him. Let's see here. You don't have to do any work. Let's see here. Remain unchanged over the course of the next hour-long meeting. This is because the information... Oh, wait. You asked for a second chance for your trial period, and you asked to later reapply to the company. You even sought advice on how to be successful if you were to apply to work for Mr. Beast again in the future. But again, he has a problem. He has a problem with the company, but he begged and pleaded for his job back, apparently. And wanted to work for the company in the future. He did say at one point that Mr. Beast is the most important person in influencer history. Bro, he is a YouTuber that makes silly fucking videos for children. Shut up. That dude is not that important. All he does is philanthropy shit and stupid fucking game show videos. That is it. This dude is not Mahatma Gandhi. This dude is not the next MLK. This guy is not going to change the human condition or change things. It's not. He's not. He's just a guy on YouTube. The company is the issue. I think Jimmy definitely, with the lolicon fucking bullshit on the wall, needs to say something about that. But because it's disgusting. But this is all just interesting. Yeah, he is literally just Steve Harvey of YouTube. That is what Mr. Beast is. The Steve Harvey of YouTube. Minus all the religious bullshit, because Steve is crazy. And also cheating on all of his wives. Look into that. Steve Harvey's crazy. Like the narratives you spun to cast yourself as the victim while being terminated for conduct that at a minimum demonstrates a lack of judgment. Your communicated desire to be part of Mr. Beast remained unchanged over the course of that nearly hour-long meeting. There was an hour-long recorded meeting with DogPack. Hour-long. Hour-long meeting. I need that meeting. That is because the information you were exposed to during your trial period at Mr. Beast confirmed that it is a great company and great place to work. See, that's glazing. That's lawyer speak for that. I'm going to be honest, the lawyer glazed himself here, but there's also other halves of it that should be paying attention. Your more recent social media posts occurred at a time when you would have no new information or insight from Mr. Beast. Instead of speaking about the positive experience you had at Mr. Beast that apparently caused you to desperately want to return to the company, your posts contained misinformation and false statements designed to harm Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson. Violations of the confidential information provision. Your NDA agreement with Mr. Beast also contains a provision prohibiting prohibiting disclosure of any proprietary or confidential information you gained during the roughly 3 weeks you worked at Mr. Beast as a trial employee. That includes the following: information or media about Jimmy Donaldson employees, personal information, any manuals, procedures, processes, forms, system guidelines, other proprietary information developed and obtained by the company for use in its business-related documents, materials, knowledge, and other confidential business information of any nature whatsoever disclosed to or developed by employee, technical, business information, and strategies, which was the handbook that he released where it says no doesn't mean no. When it came to talking about them trying to find locations for shooting, and apparently if a Dollar General says no, you keep working up the ladder. And then essentially before that, he juxtaposed it with a potential rape allegation. So intriguing how DogPack kind of like did that in the first place, and intriguing that he leaked internal documents. Crazy that he's getting a cease and desist, though. Relating to methods, marketing, merchandise, selling, licensing, servicing, customer lists, records, financial information manuals, or company strategic plans or operational objectives. Let us continue forward. Your trial period employee agreement, trial agreement, provides additional obligations not to disclose the following forms of proprietary or confidential information. Any information regarding Jimmy Donaldson and any Mr. Beast related content, or any content captured on Mr. Beast sites, premises, locations used by Mr. Beast content, employer methods, policies, procedures, techniques, research, or developmental projects, marketing information of any kind, financial information of any kind, trade secrets, branding relationships, customer contacts, or other, which right here, I would assume customer contacts is in the context of him reaching out to that Christian camp that they used for the yacht video where he accused Mr. Beast of not cleaning up at all, but the camp shot back and said, no, they did amazing work. I have no idea what you're talking about. We don't want to be involved in this. And he cut that part out of the original email. You know, interesting. Let's see here. Or other knowledge possessed by the employer, which are not generally known by individuals outside of the employer, including the employers, employees, consultants, and advisors. Though often misguided and ill-informed due to your beliefs and limited employment at Mr. Beast, you have been posting on Twitter, YouTube, Reddit about Mr. Beast videos, production methods, view generalization techniques, and employee personal information. These are unauthorized disclosures appear to be deliberate attempts to harm Mr. Beast's business. They are also in violation of the agreements you signed with Mr. Beast. You are not permitted to share any information that touches the above categories to any person, which he did on multiple public stages. So, especially if there's defamatory stuff in there, not going to look good. Mr. Beast demands. It should be apparent in this letter that Mr. Beast takes your unlawful conduct seriously and is recommended to getting the bottom of each and every violation of your agreement during your brief trial period with Mr. Beast and subsequent to your departure. Amongst other potential claims, Mr. Beast believes your conduct gives rise to claims against you for breach of the contract and defamation. Please be advised that Mr. Beast is prepared to seek damages, injunctions, attorney fees, and the cost of accordance with the contractual rights, as well as such other reliefs as it may be entitled under the aforementioned cause of action. Now, are there certain things that DogPack came forward with that I have no issue with? Absolutely. The Delaware stuff, no issue with that because Jake the Viking confirmed it. No issues with no issues with apparently, Jake Weedle being treated poorly, which I don't believe he was. I think it's total bullshit. There are certain things that I can sit back and go, you know what? He might have a point on that. But the 90% of it, I would even say 95, if I'm being uncharitable in this point, is total bullshit or over-exaggerated, or he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, or he's being gaslit by employees that have all vendettas against Mr. Beast, or he's being told different stories that he's confused by, and he's just going with whatever anyone's telling him that is an employee at that office, not knowing what is true and what could potentially be false. DogPack, you're fucked. You're fucked, kid. Another tidbit. He's not protected by whistleblower privileges like many and himself vaguely claimed. Because he did not leak proprietary information in multiple cases, he's not being silenced for whistleblowing. Which is an argument that this dumb bitch is going to have later. What's the other? Jake Weedle is a verifiable liar. It isn't a clean person himself at all. No, he's not. He's a clout-sharking little shitbag. Always has been, always will be. Imagine, this is why I hated him already, like, significantly for that interview, right? Like, I couldn't stand his fucking existence because it's so childish. You signed a contract to do a job, and you failed at that job, and you got pissy that he didn't give you the $300,000, even though he said, I'll pay you $10K a day. You made it the 10-day mark. He paid you the $10K. And the video didn't get put out because you were boring. Now, can Mr. Beast be criticized for the potential bad conditions? Sure, but Mr. Beast also said at any point you can leave. And you chose to stay because you wanted the clout. You wanted the money. That's on you, bitch. That's not on anyone else. Got me? This is disgruntled worker vibes. What we're going over is disgruntled workers before we even get into this, okay? Because I need to build up as to why this woman's video is so fucking dumb. So let's keep going. So it seems that this lines up with DogPack working for Mr. Beast for around 3 weeks from the time he signed the NDA to the 19th of April. This may come as a surprise to some, as his Reddit AMA is a bit misleading. Also, to no one's surprise that NDA looks like it could be an issue for him. Let's see here. You see the podcast where Jake Weedle has been asked if he wanted to work with Mr. Beast again. He said the door isn't closed. The podcast happened in January 2024. Yeah, I've seen all of this stuff. Jake's a liar. He's been a liar since day one. And people said I was crazy for calling him a pathetic sack of human trash. Let's see here. Any anonymous proof of employment. This is DogPack. I showed my face with pay stubs on my Twitter. Another person. Is there a reference to be later disclosed with the beginning of the Kendrick line? In the video, you mentioned employment from February to May, but the post says March to May. Just curious why the difference. I was working a bit with them in February. Stories changed here. Trial period in March, and then 90-day contract to April 1st, the end of June. Kendra's song references current allegations against Chris Tyson. So the thing is, you said you worked with them continuously for multiple months. Then he comes out and says, well, I was doing unpaid work for one of Jimmy's friends, or like a subsection of the Mr. Beast company. But that's not working directly for Mr. Beast. You're not a contracted employee. How do you know the internal workings of the company? And even the 3 weeks that you did have access to the internal workings of the company, how do you know how it all operates? Are you just making shit up as you go, DogPack? It's looking like you are, buddy. Let's keep going. April 29th, we already read that. 3 weeks. We already read over this. Though personally, we found a section over his exit company particularly hilarious. We already read that one too. So most of you will know DogPack's third video has been getting less than positive responses due to the claims within it. So let's move on and dig into him a little bit. DogPack is mostly known on Reddit as Mr. Beast Creative. But to really understand him, we need to introduce you to his alt, that 5-head guy. Here it is. It's actually so fucked how bad the new DogPack video is. I'm addicted to watching it. So right here, this is Diorio starting. He didn't really start it, but people were already having issues with all this Mr. Beast shit. Just putting it out there. Sorry, Nick. This is his account confirming. This is Mr. Beast Creative. DogPack confirmed this account. If you go to this, it's probably still up. We have a record of it and an archive. No connections to my application exist on Reddit. My alt is you/that 5-head guy. So confirmation from him that this is his account. Right here is a post from 6 months ago. Pitching ideas until something happens. Final day. Now, I need you to understand what I'm about to explain to you. Does anyone know how DogPack got his job at Mr. Beast? Did he send an application? No. Did you know somebody inside the company? No. Did he have specific skill sets that made him better than the other applicants? No. You want to know why he got hired? Because he begged like a super fan on a subreddit. He begged like a bitch. on the subreddit, begging for Mr. Beast and his company to pay attention to him. Final day. Now what, Lamau? Hey guys, it's been a long journey. Not really. I was prepared to go until day 1000, but I'm happy to announce that I'm in talks with the Mr. Beast team. I'm not sure what happens from here, but I'm going to shift my focus into learning as much as possible as I can from them and hopefully make something out of this opportunity. I couldn't have done this without support from the wonderful subreddit, so thank you. Goodbye for now. Isn't that interesting? Wasn't based on his merits, his history. Wasn't based on credentials. Wasn't based on an interview. It was him begging on a subreddit. Now, I'm going to criticize the fuck out of Mr. Beast. Why would you hire a random retard from fucking Reddit? That's showing that you have terrible hiring sense, which can lead into the other aspects of the people that you've hired, apparently. But interesting that he said he hated the company and where it was going, but it kept begging for a job. This all seems to be the reason why he was hired. Basically, he used the subreddit to get attention from the Mr. Beast team. So this video is very interesting. It's 14 minutes. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I'd rather fucking rip my eyes. I'd rather like scoop my eyes out with fucking melon ballers. So if you want to watch this video, you can check out Beckett's thread here. So this video seems to be the one that got him hired by the Mr. Beast crew. This video in particular, as you can see here, is a full-blown breakdown of what is the most optimal way to get more people to watch, more children to watch, more retards to watch the Mr. Beast content. This guy was hired to do the same thing he was criticizing Mr. Beast for. In his own video, he's like, Mr. Beast purposely does things to make people engage with the videos and care more about the videos. This dude made a 14-minute beg video showing Mr. Beast that he understood all this and that he wanted to optimize it and make it better for the company. How can you come out and say what they're doing is a bad thing when you're the one that wanted to work with them to do this in the first place? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that?
A new improved content.
Am I crazy?
Sell and just how these now evolve.
Like, look at this. He does a full breakdown of natural hierarchy versus YouTube. How to break down thumbnails. What's important for longevity and watch time. All of these things. Like, and these are all the things that he was criticizing Mr. Beast for in his first video. Crazy, right? That this guy is now heading the major allegations and spearheading them against Mr. Beast. Totally not a disgruntled ex-employee, guys. Totally not a disgruntled ex-employee. Resume Andy. So this is him. Jimmy was not DogPack's first love. It seems he also did this with the XQC subreddit until he felt ignored, became annoying, and was told to fuck off. Based XQC community. So this is him posting like retarded ass fucking memes, trying to get XQC's attention the entire time, begging for XQC's attention. Then there's him criticizing XQC and calling him a cuck. This is interesting. Well, colloquially, cuck often refers to a cuckolding fetish, which one actively seeks out and engages in cuckoldery, or the act of watching their partners seek sexual satisfaction from others. By the aforementioned definition, there is evidence that XQC is a cuck. In fact, he has claimed it on stream multiple times that he does not have a cuckolding fetish. I'm just picturing him pushing his fucking glasses up every time he's typing up this fucking Reddit post. However, there is an alternate definition to the claims a person is a cuck, regardless of their willing participation, meaning in effect that if an XQC were to watch a partner seek sexual satisfaction from others, they would be a cuck, regardless of whether or not he enjoyed it. This is ridiculous. Oh my, no way. That is his account. I need to double check if it matches. I'm just going to that 5 head guy. What do you got for me? The 5. Yep, that's him. Yep, that's him. What's this one? I haven't seen this one. This is on November 2nd of 2023. Sharp, pokey things inside vagina. Oh, what the... That's real. I just didn't include it. I need a break from me like screaming at this guy. I need a laugh. I need a good laugh. I don't know where I'm gonna go with this. He had put it in r/sex. Oh my god, you were holding it while Shinji's showing it to me now. I had sex with my girlfriend last night for the first time in 4 months. Long distance. I'm just gonna read this in like a sad voice, okay? I'm just gonna read this in a sad voice. Let me get into the character, okay? Let me get into the sad character. Ooh, gotta get into it. I had sex with my girlfriend last night for the first time in 4 months. Long distance. I noticed when I was fingering her that I could feel a thin, hard, cylindrical thing with pointy tip about 3 inches outside of her. Then, when we had sex, I could feel it poking my dick. After a while of going slow and gradually going deeper and poking went away, I asked if she was uncomfortable or if it hurt, and she said no. It also asked if she got an IUD, and she said no. She thinks it's just because we haven't had sex in a while, but I know it was never there before. I don't want to make her anxious, but I obviously am a bit worried. So does anyone know what this could be? Will it go away naturally, or should she see a doctor? Why are these people asking things on r/sex? Why? This has nothing to do with him proving to be a disgruntled employee. It's just... it's just really funny. She had a camera implanted inside her pussy. Tell everyone... DogPack doesn't know what a vagina is. I love that. That was great. I needed that. We didn't even read the cuckold thing. I didn't even finish this. The second definition, I don't want to read the rest of that. Let's see here. Surely not a heron pension to rip off X. If your designer is upfront about copying, the AI must be ripping you off. Sorry for going schizo again, but mods did delete my last post. Most people could see it, and X is still in denial. Yes, I'm jealous. I'm a balding 22-year-old. Yes, I get no bitches. Mediocre XQC merch designed are all I have Pepe hands. So this dude is just memeing. He seems like an annoying Redditor. No wonder I hated him. Let's see here. Imagine commencing a major op against a major content creator and not nuking all this stuff. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. It's like he doesn't know anything about what he's getting into or how to handle investigations or how to actually do the things necessary to get the correct information out at the prompt time or anything along those lines. You know, it's crazy, Enla. Crazy. Crazy this guy doesn't know jack shit. It's crazy. Crazy this guy doesn't know anything. And people are just taking his word for it. And he's also just cringe. Also, despite DogPack's claims to never have been a drug user, that alt seems to tell a different story. So at one point, he said Mr. Beast was going to use drugs against me because I have bad mental health issues or that I've done drugs before. It's not that big of a deal or whatever. Interesting right here. This is a tweet of his on August 1st of 2024. Let's read this over. On drug user accusations, to be clear, because some people can't tell when I'm joking, I've never been a drug user. Weed makes me anxious. I've tried microdosing shrooms for depression/anxiety for over 3 months. Honestly, the taste just made me sick, so I stopped. Wouldn't recommend anyone to use illicit drugs, but I'd consider myself an advocate for psychedelic research. Don't care to filter everything I say through lawyers and PR people. You really, really, really fucking should, you dipshit. Sometimes I say dumb shit, but my video was well researched. I'd obviously rather Mr. Beast just focus on disproving the evidence than trying to publicly destroy my character with baseless drug use and mental health accusations. Interesting, because at one point he, in his exit interview, blamed his bad mental health as the reason why he was being insubordinate. Yeah, but saying since August 1st, I've criticized him for the same tweet, went back on my own videos to check and see if I was right. I was, lol. So he's either lying about it now, or he was lying about it back then. Either way, he's a liar. You're catching on, chat. Let's take a look at what this Reddit post said. I think I died. Dramatic. Dude, when I read this, it reminded me exactly of my first shallow DMT experience. Shallow meaning, by the way, I'm gonna turn around and say something to you guys. I've done drugs. Shocking. I've talked about it before. Really don't care. I've done mushrooms, LSD, DMT, weed, you know, little shit like that. Nothing too crazy, right? Just hippie drugs. Back when I was in college, okay? Like, I've done those things. That was all back in college. I really don't care. Here is somebody who has done psychedelics and will tell you that you should do them. Okay, you should do a psychedelic once in your life just to see a new perspective. It's actually eye-opening. The thing is I would never recommend anyone do DMT. I don't think you understand how like insane DMT is. Like, it's cute when Joe Rogan talks about it, right? He makes it sound cute. DMT is great if you're somebody with a strong mental grasp on who you are. Okay. Somebody that starts off doing psychedelics or has never done a psychedelic ever doesn't go to DMT. That's not normal. You gradually work up to DMT. Like for me, started off at weed, kept going from there. I did mushrooms and LSD, then DMT. DMT was the last one on the list. Now that's my experience, not others, obviously. But I've been to enough festivals. I've hung out with enough hippies. I did my whole hippie stint for about almost 8 years of just doing fucking weed and mushrooms and all that shit, right? 8 years of having fun at music festivals and concerts and all that shit, right? Even the hippies were telling me you shouldn't do DMT until you're ready. Like, that's not normal. That's not normal to do DMT unless you have extensive experience with the other drugs. Okay? Shallow meaning I didn't go into hyperspace and interact with alien beings of unfathomable intelligence that spoke with the light rather than more than the in-between. My experience was almost exactly the same. For 1 to 2 minutes, I was out, fully left my body, and felt extremely at peace. My girlfriend was cuddling me at the time, and she said my eyes opened, my fingertips started to go cold, but I still had a heartbeat, so she wasn't too worried. Now, you can look at this in two factions. No, three ways. Here. We can look at this in 3 ways. Let's diversify it a little bit more. 3 ways. Number 1, DogPack is shitposting on a drug subreddit talking about his time doing DMT and trying to fit in and be cool. Then there's the other one, that he's done drugs forever and has done psychedelics, and he should just be cool with that, right? He should just be like, yeah, I've done drugs. And there's the third option. He's lying, saying that he's never done drugs. I have never been a drug user. What is this? This is too much information for somebody who's done DMT. This is shit that people who've done DMT or other drugs would write. Shallow, meaning I didn't go to hyperspace. Unless you're Googling this and trying to look like a massive poser, nobody talks about it this way. Nobody. That's not normal. So I believe, personally, he's lying. Next one. Are any of these things anything? I know very little about foraging. These were just very common on a local trial, so it would have been cool if they were cubes or something. Sunshine State shrooms. So that's talking about shrooms. Another great psychedelic that people should try. Oh, here we go. r/DMT. Yeah, I wouldn't risk it as it is. I don't know if it's possible to like add it to the bark of a future extraction or something to recover it. Or if it's just useless at this point. Been sitting on my hot car for months. Recoverable trash. He is giving people advice on if DMT goes bad in their car. This is not normal. What is this? r/consciousness. I love that people are retarded and post stupid Reddit posts. Just makes me laugh harder. It's the non-existence before you were born argument flawed. Oh my god. Assuming we didn't exist or experience anything before birth, just because we don't remember, it seems logically flawed. I frequently see comments hypothesizing the experience after death and the same experience before birth. It seems like reasonable hypothesis, but people often push this to conclude that this proves there is no experience after death. Doesn't it assume... This is something I would write if I was high on mushrooms. I've literally had this conversation high on drugs. It's true that I don't remember my consciousness experience during the 1800s. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. Is he trying to argue that there's a reincarnation aspect? Is that where he's going? The non-existence before you're born argument flawed. It's true I don't remember my consciousness experience during the 1800s, but I also don't remember my consciousness experience in 2005 when I was 5 years old and apparently conscious. If your memory only lasts 10 years, were you still conscious before that? What if your memory only lasts 10 seconds? Or what if it's infinitely thin? Oh, make sure I read both? All right. Oh, God, there's so many. There's so many. If your memory only... Yeah, he was a slave owner in a previous life. He was a slave owner. Let's see here. To me, it's like we always consciously experience an infinity thin slice of time. Remembering anything is really just exploring the physical memory encoded in neutrons in your brain, which could be subject to physical manipulation, altering your memory. So having or not having a memory of something seems inconclusive to whether it happened or was consciously experienced. Perhaps your before birth or after death experiences are stored in a different memory, or perhaps they can never be recalled, but an infinitely thin experience still persists even if disconnected from your current hardware. This is also, remember, this guy also wrote a whole section on his YouTube video that got cut of Mr. Beast being the potential Antichrist. So we're dealing with a potential schizo. Let's keep going. Wait, did I miss it? What's this one? Okay, here we go. I've been constantly researching quantum physics. Yes, DogPack. Tell me how quantum physics work. You can't even get an allegation right if somebody committed domestic violence or not. I need to know what your quantum entanglement theory is. I need to know what you think of quantum physics, DogPack. As well as theories of consciousness for the past couple of days. And it seems that the current science is clear that space and time are no longer fundamental? ? This was in May of 2024. Oh my god. So is consciousness fundamental? I've long felt that consciousness could not be cannot logically emerge from unconscious atoms. The idea that it is a purely ergament property. If I misspell that, don't shoot me, President Sunday. I know you have a grammar issue and you're probably rolling your eyes at this, but I find this too funny. Property like witness seems misleading, as wet is to water what collapse is to Jenga blocks, in that the emergent properties of the collective still derive from fundamental properties of the single. Additionally, there is no instance of our evolutionary path one could point to as the movement we became conscious. This is me using my old. This is me trying to remember when the baseline of potential consciousness was started, at least from a historical standpoint. I'll come back to it later because I can't remember it off the top of my head. You think I studied it for 4 years? Didn't use that degree at all? Not going to pretend I'm an expert whatsoever. I'm just trying to remember off the base of my head. Consciousness never appeared. It just changed over time as we evolved biological systems to perceive or impart the consciousness, because that's a special word, that helped us survive and reproduce, like perceiving the color red and tasting sweetness. So if a conscious entity cannot emerge from any arrangement of consciousness entities, that conscientious... Wait, what? Consciousness must be fundamental. So are space and time actually emergent properties of consciousness? Quantum wave collapse? There is a unit of consciousness. Can consciousness be created or destroyed? This dude is funny. I like this. See, this is the kind of shit that I love. Crazy schizophrenic people. I get a kick out of it. Not all... You're going to love this. Okay, this is the last one. Last one that isn't based on the thread. r/science. I have to wonder if pollution can affect hormones, fertility, and penis size. They're making the frogs gay. Like so many widely accepted studies claim, it is not also possible that pollution can affect sexuality and gender identity. He really is pulling at Alex Jones right now. They're turning the frogs gay. The chemicals in the water are going to make your son fuck his neighbor. And his neighbor's going to be a dude, a man, if you will. He's going to transition because the chemicals in the water make everyone gay. Fluoride was just made to make people gay. Oh! It feels like you aren't allowed to even hypothesize a connection between pollution and the rise in transgender rates, even with all the supporting evidence. I wonder what his opinions. I wonder what his opinions are of the trans people now, considering he plugged Prism. Definitely not positive, because he's saying that there might be chemicals that are making people more transgender. That it's probably not great. It's probably not great. Okay, that was the last one. Don't send me another one. Maybe later, when I need a break from Surprise Witness. Maybe send me another funny one. Back to the old. DogPack has made a lot of claims about Mr. Beast and lists himself as a former employee to support this, but these claims aren't new. He was making those claims long before he ever worked there. I'm lightheaded from laughing. Jesus. Allegations that DogPack wasn't using random subscribers in his videos back in 2023. Mr. Beast wasn't using random subscribers. Allegations that Mr. Beast wasn't using random subscribers in his videos from back in 2023. Didn't see anyone talking about this, so Bailey worked for Mr. Beast. He was an editor for Mr. Beast 110K, also on a freaking house. If you want to see him help those less fortunate with Philanthropy Channel, most of the contestants on Mr. Beast, are people in the industry. Okay? So he's saying that way before he was hired by Mr. Beast. Interesting. How much would it cost if Mr. Beast faked all of his videos? Depends on what you consider fake. Scripting and misleading editing are pretty standard at this point. He doesn't use random subscribers as much as everyone he works with signs an NDA, so at the risk of a leak are pretty low. Look how long it took for the influencer to hide for the influencer hide and seek video to get exposed. Exposed for what? Here's my response to Rosanna. Okay. Here's my response to Rosanna. So what if you got cut out of the Mr. Beast video? That's not an expose. Rosanna's boring. She's not entertaining. The people don't care about her. They care about KSI, Logan Paul, the rest of these people. They don't give a shit about Rosanna. If I was in charge of the company, I would have cut Rosanna out of the goddamn video too. Not because I think she's an annoying bitch, but because I need to maximize the amount of views. Nobody's watching for Rosanna. They're watching for KSI. They're watching for Logan Paul. They're watching for Marquise Brownlee. They are not watching for Rosanna. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's considered an expose. Let's go back. He accused Mr. Beast of running shady sweepstakes in February, while he was employed working for them. From what he's saying, right? Mr. Beast lottery. Set up like the regular U.S. lottery where there's weekly drawings, but instead the government takes a part of the money. Mr. Beast uses to fund things while also allowing winners. Saw a TikTok saying someone should do this, and Mr. Beast is the only person to pull this thing off. Lottery would be illegal, but this is essentially what all of his sweepstakes are, so it's not illegal then. You would have called it illegal right then and there. You would have said definitively Mr. Beast commits illegal lottery 6 months ago during the company. Interesting that you're leaking internal documents and internal things during the time frame that you're there. How do you know how that operates? What position were you working at? Does anyone know? By the way, how come we haven't asked this question yet? Where was DogPack on the ladder of employment for Mr. Beast? What division did he work in? Was he working directly on the sweepstakes, or is he working on the algorithm? Was he working on the thumbnails, editing? Was he working in IT? I don't think I've heard anything about that. Maybe I'm crazy. I think it's creative ideas. Did he ever state that? Because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Chris, it was algorithm work. So then how the fuck does he know how the sweepstakes work? How does he know how the sweepstakes work? The most he's got is like, yeah, I know how they make these flashy videos, but how does he know the internal build of the company? How does he know how the sweepstakes work if he's just working in the algorithmic division of Mr. Beast? Did nobody ask him that question? On top of that, he was only an official employee with access to what he could get for 3 weeks. He worked on the production side of things, so nothing involving the sweepstakes. Nothing involving anything along those lines. So how the fuck does he know? I'm going to be honest. Advertising a sweepstakes with no purchase necessary clause is sketchy. No shit. But you still comply with regulations. He's opening himself up to criticism down the line. Hershey's could respond by saying he has to promote gambling to children and bribe people to use chocolate. But that's not what's happening whatsoever. If Hershey's had a way to fight Mr. Beast on that, and he was a legitimate competitor, they would have done it already. I'm not defending Mr. Beast. I'm just asking questions and using basic line of logic. It should be possible for a consumer to buy into a sweepstakes without ever seeing a no purchase necessary clause. Interesting. Okay, Platinum. Thank you for the $6.99 Canadian. That's just a lottery. If you ever see a sweepstakes advertised on TV, you always see the clause on screen. Social media should be no different. This is something Jimmy has gotten in trouble with in the past. It's plain stupid. He said he was a production assistant. So how the fuck does he know anything? I've acknowledged you before, Platinum. Don't get whiny. Intriguing. But did this change anything regulatory-wise? Did the government step in and say Mr. Beast has to do these clauses now? Did he... That's interesting to me. Because he's saying that there's a history of this. A history of being criticized for it, or a history of governmental bodies stepping in and saying what Mr. Beast is doing is wrong and illegal. Interesting. The contest is broken. Turns out you don't need to buy a Feastables bar to enter the contest. Video proof how I successfully submitted an entry without buying anything in under 60 seconds. In the U.S., all sweepstakes are required to have a free AMOE alternative method of entry. You're also required to clearly state no purchase necessary when advertising a sweepstakes. Otherwise, it would be a legal lottery. But YouTubers get away with it, not doing it for some reason, I guess, because through some loophole, it's not considered advertising. I don't know, but it's shady as hell. So you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You literally just said, I don't know, but it's shady as hell. So this is obviously a legal gray area, which, in my opinion... There should be regulatory aspects of that. But at the same time, you're accusing Mr. Beast of purposely committing fake lotteries. There's a difference between accusing a man of doing genuine fake lotteries or maybe taking advantage of a gray loophole where he's still following what the guidelines are required, but not to the fullest extent. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Use your brain. His criticism of Team C's isn't new either. He seemed pretty critical on Alt. Interestingly, by March, he's much more positive. Nice to see him back to normal after he got fired. All right. Sent you something, by the way? What'd you send me back at? I'm terrified. Hold on. Discord's always fucking weird on my computer, man. I don't know why. Like, when I'm streaming, Discord, has a heart attack. Let me see here. Just got to reopen it real quick. Beckett sent me a few things. Okay, here we go. This is going to answer my question about what position he was at and the validity of the thing. In my opinion... the importance of what he's trying to get at, or how he even knows anything. What was your job there related to the camera, or is all behind the scenes? I'm genuinely curious, in what way are they morally corrupt? 1, I worked in the ideation department as an ideation specialist, basically just searching view stats for outliers, YouTube video titles that perform very well, and Mr. Beastifying them. That's it? That was your position. Titles. You're kidding. That was your job. That was the job. Looking up titles. How did you get fired from this job? So wait a minute. So how the hell do you know that illegal lotteries are happening? When you never even worked in the division that handles anything along those lines. You didn't even work in the production aspect of those lines. You worked as an ideation specialist for titles. Who the fuck are you? Actually. Every day, my gut keeps fucking being right. That there is something shady going on. There is something shady going on with DogPack. There's something shady. Every day that I get something sent or I look into something, every day there's something about these Mr. Beast, figureheads, detractors, like Rosanna and the rest of them, that all have something that is completely ridiculous. And that makes their credibility look like shit. This is interesting. I was not aware of this. Let's see here. Many ways, but there are big emphasis on understanding child psychology and how to manipulate it for a profit. I think the content was horrible effects on kids developing brains, so I was vocally against a lot of the stuff, like using literal gambling psychology to trick on kids. Let me just find this. Okay. Let me just find that fucking schizophrenic chart. There's all of this. Okay. These are tactics that YouTubers use to get more viewers. This is to appeal to the widest audience possible, to appeal to the child audience, because that's the majority of people on YouTube. There's not a lot of adults on YouTube. It's mostly fucking kids. Contrary to popular belief. Intriguing that you were hired to maximize these things, to appeal to the widest audience possible and children, and then somehow have an issue with the things that got you in the job in the first place. This is why I don't like DogPack, bro. This is why I think he might be an op. I swear to God, disgruntled employee that's either making shit up on the fly or taking idiots' words for it. I swear to God. So I was vocally against a lot of the stuff using literal gambling psychology to trick on kids. I could go way more in depth with essentially overstimulating brain rot. Edit, a bunch of people asking for proof I worked there, which is fair. Here's me in the studio earlier today. Edit 2, logged off to go to sleep. Sorry I couldn't answer every question. There are some things I legitimately can't talk about for legal reasons. I find that so interesting. I find that so interesting, DogPack. I really do. I really, really do. Then we have this. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead to the team trees stuff. I'm going to skip past the team trees stuff because realistically, he just has an issue with the fucking the charity work that's being done over there and then backtracks on it. That's literally what's in it. Let's keep going. Okay, so here we go. From the alt, but before we get into it, here's DogPack posting on Maine about Jimmy being the Antichrist, something he also seems to have included in his Google Doc. This is fun. So I got some talking points you tinfoil hatters might find interesting. 1, YouTubers are financially incentivized to promote consumerism to their young audiences. That's what every company does. That's a capitalist society in general, you fucking dipshit. What are you talking about? Of course the YouTubers are incentivized to do that. It's incentivized for YouTube to constantly have people watching again and again and again and again and again. That's how the platform stays alive. Is it fucked? Sure. But that's not the worst thing on planet Earth. Companies do it all the time. Fucking Cartoon Network does it, for God's sakes. Nickelodeon does it, for fuck's sake. I don't have an issue with that. That's just crazy to me that you care that much. Because advertisers are willing to pay more for their attention. Multiple MrBeast employees, including real Christians, suggested to me that MrBeast may be under the control of Satan. A lot of weirdos at the company. See Chris Tyson. Okay, so you're going to take religious zealots at the word. That MrBeast is potentially the Antichrist. Or that he is controlled by Satan. Why am I supposed to take this guy seriously on the stage that he's at right now? Why? Why do I have to care? Why? Why do I have to care? Why is this guy being touted as the guy on top when he is nobody of importance? That he's paying attention to this dumb shit. Okay, expound on point 2. I'm not Christian, but something about the Book of Revelations. Jimmy bought a church and converted it into a studio. There's a shit ton of people that do that. Literally removing imagery of Jesus and replacing it with the mark of the beast. He also died and rose on the third day, 50 hours buried alive, performs great miracles, also endorses Neuralink, which apparently adds up to 666 somehow. People I spoke to very strongly believe Neuralink was the mark of the beast. Yeah, probably some stuff I'm forgetting. Why are you paying attention to these people? Why is this guy in charge again of the Mr. Beast allegations? Because he said he worked there for a few months? Why is everyone taking his word for it? Why? Oh no. This is retarded. He literally put it in his original script in Google document at one point and then removed it because he realized how schizophrenic it sounds. I only mentioned this theory because multiple employees at Beast brought it in a way that seemed they are unironically thought Jimmy might be controlled by Satan. He calls himself Beast. He promotes money and consumerism. That's just bunch of that's a bunch of communist gobbledygook. Who cares that he promotes money and consumerism? Communists be damned! He died and rose on the third day. He performs miracles like healing the blind. He used a depiction he used deception to cultivate a large following. He bought a church, replacing images with Jesus with his own Mr. Beast logo. You do realize it's just a fucking building, right? You absolute idiot. It's just a building. He uses... Look at this. I'm not kidding when I'm showing you this. Look at what he uses as a reference. Look at this. He uses a 4chan board as an example. Did anyone notice this? Am I the only one that's zeroed in on this and noticed immediately that he's using 4chan board as a potential reference for why Mr. Beast is the Antichrist, or an example of people saying he's the Antichrist? Does he take 4chan seriously? It's green text, so it's definitely true. Yeah, it's green text, so it's right. It's totally real. Totally real. Thank you all for your generous donations, by the way. I'll read those once we get to this section, because this is going to be a long stream. Long. So buckle up. Check the link. Like I said, it's... What is this? r/maybe smile 5-head guy. Comment, not stage. Dog was dumped. She did the right thing. Stay mad, internet detectives. Lol. Let's keep going. So, kind of funny. He uses green text. Let's see here. Uses the Rolling Stone cover. For the love of money is the root of evil, which some covet after. They are errant to the face, and perceive them through with many sorrows. You do realize that, like, everybody loves money, right? Like, I'm not going to pretend that I love money. Nobody. No, all the people that are like, I don't do this for money, they're all bullshit artists. Every single one of them. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for money. Bullshit. Bullshit. You do it for some transactional currency, whether that's reputation, whether that's clout, whatever word you want to use to describe that, fucking money. It's all bullshit. I literally cannot believe he uses the King James version of the Bible. It goes in here as an example, and he used a photo of Mr. Beast with a lot of money. It's not like Mr. Beast is known for giving away a lot of money. It's crazy. What is the mark of the beast? Do not watch Mr. Beast. Nursery rhyme. Lamau. See, this is me thinking he was shitposting at this point, but why would he even include this in the first place? On performative charity, but when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Tell your Father who sees it's done in secret to reward you. I cut this part for the video because obviously it's extreme speculation. No, it's not speculation. It's schizophrenia. That's not speculation. The word speculation should not be used in a part of a document that is supposed to show how Mr. Beast is like a terrible person. This is speculation. That is not the word that you should be using. You shouldn't have even drafted this up. You should have been like, are you insane? Get the fuck out of here. He used the word speculation, inclining that he wants to believe that and is trying to find evidence that it may be correct. That is funny to me. Let's see here. Where were we? We are... Yeah, this is another thing. He responded to Connor about the CoffeeZilla stuff, that apparently he was trying to get CoffeeZilla's researchers to look into MrBeast's crypto gains and crypto investments, and they said that they can't do it because of Logan Paul stuff. Let's see here. Finally, here in the DogPack makes claims towards MrBeast over several other things with no evidence, including tax evasion. That sounds like a defamatory statement. That sounds pretty defamatory. Not even close. I think MrBeast could be investigated by the IRS, FTC, SEC, FBI, and OSHA. FBI and OSHA. Maybe OSHA. I feel like the FBI is kind of like pushing it a little bit. The FTC and the SEC might be pushing it as well. Maybe. No, I don't even think the IRS, because they would have already been on his ass with how much fucking money he makes. If they were trying, if MrBeast was trying to commit tax evasion, the government would notice. Like, they would notice with him. Bro, Chris is laughing because I said OSHA after him. Yeah, I beat confusing. I, like, beat the ever-living shit out of him like the work slave that he is. I am literally Foxconn. And I am the president of Foxconn, and my channel is Foxconn Building. I put out nets so Confusing can't kill himself. He has to keep editing. Let's see here. What other pieces of corruption would you say are present? How else are they corrupt? Tax evasion. Starts off right off the bat. Tax evasion. Illegal lotteries. Fraud. Crypto scams. All these things you literally... It says they are present, which means that you know these to be truthful. Or that you believe they are truthful. You are accusing him of tax evasion, illegal lotteries, fraud, crypto scams, inappropriately interacting with children. Did MrBeast inappropriately interact with children, or did the company? You need to be really specific. How do you know these things? How do you know they committed tax evasion, illegal lotteries, and fraud when you were just the title bitch? How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that? I'm so curious how you know that for a fact from the way that you're writing here. Intriguing. Horrible safety compliance. Who knows? He might have him on that one because it is a YouTuber company. Just overall terrible production practices, etc. Hard to explain everything broadly. It is a large game show in the world, and they don't follow the regulations that traditional game shows should have to follow. Ridiculous. I'm going to ask you why you haven't gone to the authorities about this. Fair question. I guess they think they wouldn't do anything. I mean, I know other former employees who have gone to the media, and even right now, one of MrBeast's co-star, Chris Tyson, is being accused of owning illegal depictions of minors, and the evidence is strong, but authorities getting involved seems unlikely. So you're just making assumptions that the FTC, IRS, SEC, FBI, and OSHA are not going to take interest in that. So you're already making assumptions that there might not be enough for them to care. Great job. Why would the U.S. attorneys not investigate Chris Tyson if child sex crimes has been committed? Removed. Run college football 25. I kick your ass with USC, you bum. Thank you, Kasari, for the 10. I don't play college football because I'm a grown adult, and the Gators are the best football team in all of college. It doesn't matter that we had a terrible couple of seasons after Tim left. Fuck you, Kasari. But like, the Gators are the best, so why would I care about any other team? The Gators are goats. The Gators are the goats. The government cares about people trying to steal their money. True. Matt Pitt would disagree. Don't care. The Gators are the goats. Okay, whatever. We got Trouts by Miami. Still a better program. I am coping. Okay? Let me cope about the Gators in peace. Okay? Let me cope. We were supposed to be good years ago. And we got fucked. Our team, bro, I'm not going on a rant about the Gators right now. No, I'm not. I'm not going on a cope rant about the Gators. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't care that Matt was pro Miami. I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't care that Matt was like, oh, Miami beat the Gators. I don't give a shit. Miami's still the Gators are still the GOAT. The Gators are still the GOAT. I am coping. I admitted that I was coping. I'm not hiding it. I'm not hiding that I'm coping. I'll admit it. I'm coping hard about the Gators, bro. If it feels better, I lost $100 betting on Florida to win that game. Okay, I do feel better because I don't sports bet other than play like fantasy with my friends. I need to.
Penn State the best.
I see how much money PPP makes. I see how much money that motherfucker makes betting on games. I might start gambling. I won't do Boss Man Jack level of gambling, though. Let's see here. Okay, cool. I can understand why they fired you. To be honest, failure to understand basic instructions. But of any actual proof that you did work for them, you have poor reading comprehensions and defending someone who bought and distributed sexual illustrations of minors as well as sexually. So this guy is talking about why he's getting fired, and then he gets defensive about the Chris Tyson stuff. That's interesting. Sexual illustrations of minors, as well as send sexually suggestive messages or snapshots to a minor. I think I'm good on sending you any of my info, bro. Oh, cool. A new claim. This put out like your ass. Are you working for Mr. Beast? So there's actual screenshots of this. LOL. And then bro, the Prism video is dog shit. Okay, that guy is a LARPing retard. Now, did he get the Chris Tyson stuff out there? Maybe. The problem is we already knew months in advance. Here's why, okay? That we already knew about the Ava Chris Tyson stuff. At least the beginning of it. Let me pull something up for all of you that believe that Prism is the guy that broke the story on Ava Chris Tyson. No. It wasn't Prism. You'll be shocked by what I'm about to show you, chat. The ultimate downfall of Mr. Beast is Tipster.
Also, Chris from Mr. Beast, right? He got exposed for posting Lolly. The artist is the same artist that drew my daughter.
At the time, Keemstar's daughter was only 7 years old. On November 18th, 2016, Chad continued his trend of drawing real-life lolly art when he drew Lieutenant Corbus posed sexually with a microphone.
Just gotta let this
mind
play.
that this girl was new to being a celebrity at the time, and once again, was just 11 years old. In a post from October 5th, 2010, Chad writes that he was forced to remove all pornographic images from his site because of laws in Switzerland that prohibited depicting underage people in art.
I'm just gonna let it play.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for Mr. Beast's brand.
Now let's see what Tipster thinks.
Alright guys, so as you know, there's been a lot of people on the internet making a big deal about the fact that Chris Tyson from the Mr. Beast crew came out as gender non-conforming recently, and they're trying to like make a lot of outrage and drama surrounding somebody basically just trying to live their life. But it's gotten to the point where people started digging into like old tweets of theirs and stuff like that to find some reason to cancel them. And the latest thing is that apparently Chris Tyson is a pedophile because he made some edgy jokes about lolly and kids. Now, I gotta be honest, they're not the kind of jokes that I personally would make, but we've literally gotten to the point where making edgy jokes makes you a pedophile. I kid you not, that's how low the bar for pedophilia has become. At this point, give it like a month or two, and you'll be considered a pedophile just for breathing the same air as children.
We knew this forever. It always comes back to Tipster on this channel somehow. Chat. Tipster did this. Tipster broke the story on Chris Tyson having Shadman art. He did it poorly and terribly, and then we all picked up on it and saw what it was and shit all over Chris Tyson for it. We knew about this before the Rosannas and the rest of them knew, and they're all pretending like we're covering up for it. We knew! We talked about it! it always comes back to Tipster. The universe may die, but Tipster will be forever. He is the bane of everybody he talks about. Kiwi Farms knew about it in 2023, a whole year before us. There was already rumblings about Chris Tyson a whole year ago. And these people, like DogPack, Rosanna, this dumb bitch when we get to her, are pretending like we are just running interference for Shadman and Chris Tyson. Shad, have I not been super hard on the Ava Chris Tyson lolicon shit and Shadman for a very long time? I'm curious. Have I not been having scathing criticism for that? Have I not? Have I gone too soft on the Shadman stuff? Have I ever covered up the Shadman stuff? Have I ever ignored the Shadman stuff? No. So, fuck you. This lady. Fuck this bitch for what she's about to say soon. It's very funny. Let's keep going. Yeah, Prism was not the guy that broke the Ava Chris Tyson story. Tipster did. Give Tipster his accolades for taking down Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you for using Wikipedia for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the Tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.